Another day, and here comes more content. I took the weekend off just because I had some family stuff. Obviously, Christmas season, festive giving season, all of the fun stuff happens around this time of year. So, first of all, I just want to go on the record and say before we get into the video that I don't know how consistent I will be throughout the month of December because I got a bit of stuff going on, but I'm going to keep it as consistent as I humanly can. I promise you that. I'm going to get out as much content as possible. A lot of it will just be like reaction videos, sort of stuff that I can do as a bit of a rest time as well as to get the content out to you guys. And that's what we're doing again today. I've got another reaction video. I've got Jimmy High Roller's latest video. If anyone watches a lot of YouTube basketball stuff, Jimmy High Roller is probably one of the best go-to guys in terms of like stats, breaking down the best players in the league, and all of that sort of stuff. So I'll leave his link down below because thank you to Jimmy for, well, letting us as a society use this video. And yeah, without further ado, so before I even start, I really need to relive this again, do I? Steph Curry missing more time. That's painful. I didn't even want to see that, Jimmy, so thank you for that. It's been a wild month in the NBA. As a lot of you know, I sort of spoke a couple of weeks ago about how crazy the output of scoring has been in the last month and a half of the entire season. And it has continued ever since I made that video, ever since I continued to speak on that video. It just has been ridiculous. And I'm sure Jimmy is going to recap this for us. So we'll be able to watch a video together. I'll sort of keep it in the background while you hear me yapping and talking, because that's sort of what I'm going to do. You guys can enjoy the video, and at the same time, I can enjoy the video and sort of just give my thoughts on a lot of things. Klay Thompson beefing with the Grizzlies was some of the funniest stuff I've seen all season too. Like, he wanted every part of Ja Morant. Kevin Durant, great for the Rockets so far. Oh, this was his Kings fan. There was a Kings fan, like, standing behind the bench, just giving it to the entire team. As a fan, I don't know how you pay all this money to stand courtside and just give it to your own team. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand what the whole thought process of it is. Oh, that's a straight in the noggin. Jalen Brunson, you poor man.
We are now 1 month into the NBA season, and things are already out of control. The NBA is back, and it's better than ever.
I want nothing to do with the Thunder in this video. I'm just going to put it out there. Yeah, the amount of Thunder broadcasts that's going to be going on throughout the course of the year is going to be ridiculous. So let's try and refrain from that today, Jimmy, shall we, please?
With 1 month of NBA games in the books, would it be too early for me to jump to some...
Grayson Allison Legacy season is also something to watch.
Absolutely.
Larry Markkinen's been up and down, which for my fantasy team is quite the thing to behold.
So here is everything that happened in month 1 of the NBA in about 10 minutes.
Here we go.
The NBA MVP race is as deep and difficult as it's ever been. With 4 players right now playing out of their minds, we have reached the point where averaging a near 35-point triple-double will more than likely...
If you even just like look at this statistic, like the bracket here, of the choices that you have to go off of players and how good they are and how far the league has come in terms of development of talent, like Luka being third on the ladder, averaging 35, 8, and 9 is mind-boggling. 5 years ago, he would have been up number 1 and second would have been miles behind him. But then you've got Nikola Jokic who's averaging a 30-point triple-double. Not even just on a triple-double, because you know Russell Westbrook's MVP season, he was averaging like 10.2 rebounds per game or something like that. Nikola Jokic is at least averaging 1 over each of the stats. how are you meant to compete in a league where Luka Doncic in another lifetime has like 7 MVPs? And Nikola Jokic just happens to exist in the same universe as Luka. It's mind-blowing. And obviously OKC are that good as a team. Shai has scored 20-plus points in like 1,000 games in a row, it feels like. And without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the entire engine room of the Thunder doesn't happen. So, the impact of Shai overall is ridiculous.
Not deem you
And
the most valuable
Victor,
player in the league.
I mean,
Instead,
Victor had a
you
good
may
start
just
to the
need
season,
greatest
but obviously
individual
the
season in
injuries are
history
keeping
of
him
basketball
out.
to be in the
It
running.
just sucks.
And even then, nothing is guaranteed. If there was ever a time to have a
It's
co-MVP
just
in the
insane
NBA, right
MVP
about now
race.
seems appropriate.
Insane.
That's of course if injuries don't get in the way. After rolling out their new
Exactly.
65-game minimum rule a few seasons ago, the NBA was hopeful that players around the league, specifically the stars, would be motivated to play more games and load management around the league would slow down a bit.
See, as much as I don't like injury management and load management and everything that they put into playing NBA games and not playing NBA games and all the excuses that they use to keep themselves out, I don't think 65 games is a good idea. Because 65 games, it would probably, if they wanted to do it over the same period of time, there would be a lot more days where there's barely any NBA games on. And obviously for the casual fan, that would be an amazing thing because you can go on and you can watch one game in a day and say you've seen half of the action the entire day. Where you got people like me who's an absolute freak and likes to watch thousands of minutes of basketball every single season, I start my days at 10 o'clock in the morning watching the opening games of the day, which are usually the East Coast games because the East Coast starts a lot sooner. And then I go all the way until, by the way, there has been games starting for me at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm pretty sure in American times, by the end of those West Coast games, it's like past midnight in the East Coast, which for Adam Silver is diabolical, by the way. You're losing watchability. Starting games at, 3 p.m. for me. That's like the entire day done. Once that game is done, I'm eating dinner. It's incredible. Like, the 3 o'clock games have been all over the place, but I don't like the idea of 65 games. Because if it keeps over the same amount of time, there's less games on in a day. But if they shrink it to have the same sort of amount of games, but then the playoffs would be starting in like March, April. And then the off-season at that point would be like a 6-month-long off-season. And that to me just doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth, to be completely honest.
Has not
The
worked.
injuries
As of right
happen,
now,
yes,
there are
but
123 players either ruled out or
120,
day to day
God.
across the NBA. That's over a quarter of the league's sideline after just 1 month of basketball. Turns out more rest
that's
might
incredible.
not be such a bad thing. And although staying healthy has proven to be difficult this season, scoring the ball has never been easier. So far this season, teams have scored at least 130 points 75 times.
It's
Just
ridiculous.
a decade
The
ago,
scoring
teams
just
crossed the
this season
130
has been
point
off the
threshold
chart.
Only 36 times.
Look at that for a
over
chart.
the course of the entire season.
Holy
Watching the
Jesus.
Pelicans drop 143 points in a single outing was a bit of a wake-up
The
call.
Pelicans,
but at the
man.
rate the
Like
league is
the
going,
Pelicans.
we should see our first 200-point
Pelicans
game
have been
by
bad
about
defensively.
tomorrow.
Like, they're an
In other
okay
news,
offensive
the fate of
team,
the
but
entire NBA rests in
golly.
the hands of a 36-year-old on the Clippers. Thanks to the Paul George trade that happened over 6 years ago, the Thunder own
If anyone's seen my TikTok on this, this is just, if you haven't seen it, just
the
listen.
Clippers' unprotected first-round pick, a potential lottery pick in the 2026 draft. The worse the Clippers do, the more devastating the pick becomes. The only thing stopping the Thunder from getting the pick of the litter in a draft advertised as the best class in years and swallowing the NBA whole in their reign of terror is a geriatric James Harden's ability to carry a piss-poor Clippers team. If giving up a future MVP and sparking a
Like, they're the best team in the world by a long mile, and they are still going to end up with a top 5 pick. Provided James Harden doesn't continue to average 35 points a game. That trade because after this season, that trade has fully gone through. Like, all the picks have been made. All of the players have been moved away from each other. OKC not only got the better player out of that trade, but they also got these 100 draft picks. It's so crazy. Like,
Dynasty wasn't bad enough. Being the sole cause of Warriors 2.0 is the icing on the cake.
Yeah,
And in the most twisted way imaginable, James Harden is the villain who lived long enough to become the hero. Now, one of the more fun and exciting developments so far this season are the Detroit Pistons, who have won as many games through their first 16 matchups this season as they did in the entire season just 2 years
holy
ago. One of the most
their
absurd
development,
the NBA has
I
ever
can do
seen,
nothing but tip my hat off to the Pistons. Like, their development has been crazy.
The Pistons were a Cade Cunningham injury away from being the worst team ever.
And they've literally
and Detroit has gotten out to the
gone through the draft and made themselves an incredible basketball team.
And fight for a title this year.
It's the way that a team should be drafted and constructed.
On the other end of the spectrum, the Indiana Pacers are not doing very good. A team that was 3/4 away from their first NBA championship just a few months ago have mustered a grand total of 3 wins this season.
I'm actually so blown away with how much the Tyrese Halliburton impact actually changes that roster. Because how do you go from Game 7 of the finals against one of the best teams of this last decade, and you're now 2-16 and the worst team in basketball just because your best player blew up his ACL? Provided, as the Bucks on the screen just reminded me, Miles Turner also left the squad. Was Miles Turner really that big of a deal for the Pacers? It's actually starting to look like it. Like, their center play is bad, all things considered. Like, it's pretty terrible.
Quite possibly the worst team in the league. Oddly enough,
how do you just go straight to the worst team in the league?
Team and the team that made it to the finals just 5 months ago. They have dealt with some injuries, but the Pacers have one of the highest roster continuities in the NBA outside of the departure of Miles Turner and the absence of Tyrese Halliburton. And it's at this moment that I would like to remind everyone that Halliburton was voted as the most overrated player in the NBA last season.
That did happen. How did those ratings just look so stupid now?
Apparently the difference
like, it's the worst looking ratings that we've seen in a long time.
The worst team in the NBA. Just something to think about. After 21 seasons in the league, Chris Paul announced he will be retiring after this season.
Chris Paul, man, it's nearly over.
And an announcement that came eerily soon after Shai Gilgeous-Alexander invited him over for dinner and brought out his MVP trophy to put on display in the middle of their spread.
That is crazy.
Okay, guys, that's insane. Bro, whose idea was this?
Chris would not,
for 21 fantastic seasons of hoops. Now look at this trophy you never got. After a quarter of the season, we have now seen a decent sample size of how the Denver-Brooklyn trade has turned out. And
That's
it looks
crazy.
like Michael the Play-Ins here Porter Jr. has found a home with the Nets where he can truly let it fly whenever he wants. He's averaging career numbers across the board, and many fans have came to the conclusion that the Nets won this.
The craziest thing with Michael Porter Jr. is he's averaging a career high in assists, provided it's only 3 assists per game, but he is not only leading himself as a career in assists, but he is leading his team in assists. And you only have 3 assists per game. Yeah, Brooklyn Nets ball is, it's just ISO ball. Like, it's just let it fly.
I guess the Nuggets will just
I don't
have
know.
to settle for the 3rd best record in the league as legitimate title contenders. Out in Dallas, Nico Harrison was fired just 8 months after the event that shall not be mentioned. And as bad as the immediate aftermath was, the effects of Nico and his shenanigans will linger on long after his departure. The Mavericks have been one of the worst teams in the league this year, ranked 23rd on power rankings with a 5-14 record. Their best player sidelined indefinitely, and they are now, you ready for this? Gauging the market for an Anthony Davis trade.
Oh my God, I saw the Cooper Flag. Oh, I just saw the Cooper Flag photo and I thought they were gauging trades for Cooper Flag and I thought I hadn't seen an article. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, Anthony Davis trade. Yes. Okay, I'm with you there. Relax. That was close. I nearly lost it. Okay, yeah, the Anthony Davis trade is being talked about. Chicago Bulls are apparently the top option for them. But so far this season, Anthony Davis hasn't been able to stay on the court. And I just don't know what sort of team is willing to be the next team to hope that Anthony Davis comes good. Because there's been a lot of teams doing it at the moment.
Cough up a generational talent in his early prime, but what
Jimmy, you said you weren't going there.
has been so underwhelming that they're ready to blow it up after 14 games of Anthony Davis. The Mavericks went from the finals to what looks like it's going to be a rebuild.
Jimmy, I thought we weren't going there, man.
But on the bright side, the Mavericks organization said defense wins championships, and that's what they needed. And so far this season, they are ranked 3rd in the league on defense. So,
that's actually impressive. Yeah, I actually take my hat off to that. I mean, if you're going to at least say that you are going to be something, I mean, you could at least show it off. And being 3rd in defensive rating is doing so. The Miami Heat being 2nd in defense to me is incredible. Considering how good their offense rating, like, they are one of the top offenses in ball as well. And they're also up there in defense.
The biggest surprises so far has been this year's rookie class. Coming out of the draft, it was Cooper Flagg who received
the
all
rookie
hype,
class
but
been
it is
good,
his
man.
Duke teammate Con Knippel who has crashed the party and broken out as the early star of the 2025 draft class, averaging 19 and 6 a night.
I remember watching one Con Knippel game when he was playing at Duke. I don't know why I put it on the TV. I don't know what I was doing. But I just put it on, and I knew nothing about Con Knippel, and about the only thing that I did was laugh at the fact that his last name is Nipple. It just, yeah, that's all I've got. That's the only thing I knew about him. And so far this season, he has been shooting the heck out of the ball. Yeah, you got to respect it, man. Like, all of these 6 guys have been playing incredible basketball. New Orleans, for as bad as they've been too, they hit on both of these picks. Jeremiah Fears has been one of the better players in the entire rookie class. He's probably one of the fastest players in the entire league, and he can get to the bucket whenever he wants. And Derek Queen, he's sort of one of those flashy centers that they kind of just go on the floor and make an impact. And they do all the extra stuff. They do all the fancy sort of stuff, but it works. They've been playing good basketball,
slow, but
man.
He's beginning to look every bit of the future cornerstone Dallas hoped he'd be. Meanwhile, the team that drafted rookie sensation Cedric Coward, my Blazers, decided to immediately trade him for, and I quote, Chinese Jokic.
Yeah, what happened to this guy? I actually have not seen him for weeks. And I don't know what is going on. I genuinely want to look this up right now. Where is Yang Hansen and why is he not playing basketball? I actually really, really want to know this. Where is Portland? There you go. He is active. He's just not playing basketball. And Cedric Howard has been bowling.
All of my wisecracks about other fan bases are really just internalized frustrations about my own team.
Yeah,
At least Pelicans fans have something to smile about.
He's literally
with
just
two
not
rookies
playing basketball.
well, while the rest of the franchise
That's
is
crazy.
lollygagging around them. And VJ Edgecombe has cooled off a bit after his very good impression.
Yeah,
of a young
Edgecombe had an
Michael Jordan
amazing
in his
start, and
first
he's
NBA
kind
game,
of just
but
dropped
still
back
looks to
into
be
the
a
system
contender
a
for
bit,
Rookie of
I
the Year
think.
this season. Now, here are the
Like, the
power
first
rankings
game, he got
through
as many
week
shots
5,
as he
and the
wanted
change
to.
in rankings from the preseason.
God, the Warriors
Thunder
are
and Nuggets
16th.
sit comfortably at the top as the 2 best teams in the
Far
league,
out.
with the Rockets, Pistons,
Damn,
and
my team
Cavaliers
sucks,
trailing
bro.
them as title contenders. The Phoenix Suns have rocketed up the rankings from near the bottom of
The
the NBA
Phoenix
at 25
Suns.
in the preseason, all the way
Wow.
up to 7th in the most recent power ranking.
Gotta
The
respect
Raptors'
it, man.
8-game
Devin
win
Booker's
streak
been
jumped
playing
them up
good
into the
basketball.
top 10, and the complete reinvention of the Heat's
And surprisingly, Dylan Brooks is also an offensive threat. Never thought I'd say that,
has
ever.
propelled them up 10 spots in just the first month of the season. On the other end of the spectrum are the Clippers, who have fallen from the 6th spot all the way to 21, as the basketball world clings on to the hope that they will turn it around. The Grizzlies have fallen 6 spots.
The Blazers being 20th is kind of mind-boggling to me, because the Blazers are... I mean, they've been the best team going against OKC. Flat out. They've been the best team squaring up against the OKC Thunder. And to be 20th?
Ja Morant continues to be fine in the West. The Mavericks are still learning the value of Luka Doncic, and the Wizards, well, they're the Wizards. And finally, here are our criminally early NBA season awards, which I really shouldn't do, but I'm going to.
He's doing awards already.
Based off of the first month of
I'm
the
here
season,
for it.
here are
I'm
the
here for it,
All-NBA
Jimmy.
teams so far.
Do it one at
First
a time,
team
please.
is Maxey, Luka, Giannis, Jokic, and
Maxey
Shea.
is crazy.
Second team is Harden, Wemby.
Tyrese Maxey deserves it. He is on a sinking ship with the 76ers right now. With Joel Embiid and Paul George, you don't know when they're ever going to put a jersey on. He's averaging like 32 points per game or something. And just playing ridiculous basketball. So he deserves to be in there.
Cade, and Mitchell. And third...
Wemby's... Oh, what have I pressed here? Hold on. Go away. There we go. Wemby is probably going to miss out because I don't think he's going to play enough games. So, other than that, like, he deserves to be there, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's going to end up playing enough games. Cade, Donovan. Donovan has been ridiculous offensively.
Şengün, Jalen
Larry
Johnson,
Markkinen,
and Jalen
yeah.
Duren. Tyrese Maxey, who's playing out of his mind early this season, could potentially join the 4 foreign horsemen of NBA first team. If Wemby can come back healthy and in time, he will make his first All-NBA team, along with James Harden.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a matter of time with that CBA rule for Wemby.
And third team features a handful of new faces in Şengün, Johnson, and Duren. At the moment, the MVP
Julius Randle,
is
the
Nikola
Julius
Jokic.
Randle
The
consistency
Rookie of the
has
Year
been
is
incredible.
somehow a 6'8" forward from Duke, not named Cooper Flack. The scoring leader is
Colin
Luka
Knippel,
Doncic,
man.
averaging over 35 points
Yeah,
a night.
Luka's gonna
And I don't
take
care
it.
if he doesn't
Without a
play
doubt in
another
my
game
mind.
this season. The Defensive Player of the Year is Victor Wembanyama. Now, for Most Improved Player,
Provided he
there's a handful of
plays
guys
enough
who have a
games
case
once
for this
again,
award
but
up
yes,
to this point. Jalen Duren, Jalen Johnson, Denny Advia, Keontae George, but I'm gonna give it to Ryan Rollins, who has tripled his production
Ryan
since
Rollins
last
is a
season
great
and has
shout.
been balling out this
Golden
season.
State Warriors
And lastly,
legend, by the
best
way.
team through month 1 is easily the OKC Thunder.
Yeah,
They are
no, I mean,
very
no one's
casually
arguing it.
dismantling teams. They have the second best record in league
No
history
one's gonna
through the
argue it.
first
No
month
one's
of the
beating him
season,
in a
and they
seven-game
aren't even
series.
healthy yet. This team is floating head and shoulders above the league, and as of right now, they are the easy favorites as champions this season. And that was everything that happened in month 1 of the NBA season in about 10 minutes. Hope you all enjoyed.
That was a cracker video, Jimmy. I love his videos. Absolutely love his videos. He always puts together something good to watch and something easy to watch. And you're always going to learn something watching it too, which is the best part about it. So thank you so much, Jimmy. That was incredible video. But yeah, that's it. Jimmy, thank you again for that video. Thank you guys so much for watching it with me. I'd always love to watch reaction videos sort of growing up. So I'm hoping that you guys are the same with me and being able to sit there and get my thoughts as well as seeing those videos. And it gives a bit more community about it. So you get to watch it with someone else, it feels like, and just, it's great. So leave your comments down below what you thought was the most mind-boggling thing about the first month of this season. For me personally, it is Con Knippel and how amazing he has been as a rookie player. You got to do nothing but respect it. Coming out of Duke, he was not the top pick of Duke on his team. So he's just been playing amazing basketball, provided the Charlotte Hornets. The rotation of the Charlotte Hornets has been up in the air all season, so has enabled him to get those extra minutes. But as long as you're making the most of your minutes in an NBA team, you can ask for nothing more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it all. I had a blast watching this video. Yeah, short form will continue throughout the rest of the week. I'm not available for long form videos this weekend. I'm on a holiday, so no long form video until next week probably, but that's exactly why I got one out today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the coming days with the short form content. keep interacting with it. I'm having an absolute blast doing it. So thank you guys. Keep enjoying the hoops, and I will continue to talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys.